Ahoy hoy. This is the relationship between the frequency, mass and stiffness. All the rigid objects that vibrate and produce sound follow this equation, this relationship between the frequency and the mass. The frequency and the mass are inversely proportional. That means if you're going to, let me write it down first. So if you're going to increase mass, the frequency will decrease. If you're going to decrease mass, the frequency will increase. If you're having trouble remembering this relationship, what you can do is, you can write frequency, like this is the paper, this is the piece of paper. Write frequency F and M here, okay? And put a dot in between. Now put your finger at the dot. And if the frequency is going up, what happens to the mass? It's going down. If the frequency is going down, what happens to the mass? It's going up. Now if you're going to change the mass, let's change the mass. I'm going to decrease the mass of an object. The frequency that it can produce, or the frequency of the sound that it can produce, is going up. If you're going to increase the mass, the frequency that it can produce is going down. This is one more way that you can remember it. The idea is, the frequency and the mass are inversely proportional. Now let's try this. This thing here is called water xylophone. You remember the frequency and the mass? If the mass is more, the frequency will be less. If the mass is less, the frequency will be more. Now this water beaker has more water in it. That means its mass is more. Let's see what kind of sound it produces. This sound. And this one has less water in it. Let's see what kind of sound it produces. Very sharp sound, right? Let's see the difference. The heavier mass, lighter mass. Heavy, light. Heavy, light. The frequency will be less when the mass is more. That's why you see different frequencies being produced. As you keep on increasing the mass, the frequency keeps on decreasing. So if I want to go from lower frequency to higher frequency, I will go from lower to higher. If I want to go from higher frequency to lower frequency, you can use this to produce some sound. Now that wasn't any sound and that was no tone. I just tried to improvise it. The point is, you are better at music than I am, so I'm pretty sure that you will be able to figure something out. You need to make a video of you having a water xylophone and trying to produce a sound. You don't have to be producing the best sound that you can, just try. Whatever you can, that's okay with me, as long as you try. Good job. Thank you.